All right, everybody, here's what I want you to do. Yell stop. Stop. Let's try it again. Yell stop as loud as you can. Ready? Stop. All right, so now that you know how to yell stop, I'm gonna flip through this deck of cards and you yell stop and we'll see what card comes up. Okay, ready? All right. I heard somebody yell stop. I heard somebody yell, somebody said stop. All right, this is the card you came up with. It is the 6 of clubs. Who wanted the 6 of clubs? All right, cool. All right, let's keep moving on. All right, I'm gonna spin this wheel now and you yell stop when you want this wheel to stop. Ready? I'm gonna spin it. Be ready to yell stop. Ready? And I heard stop. Ooh, we gotta spin again. All right, let's go one more time. Ready? Yell stop. And I heard stop. We got 25,000 points. Good job, you guys. You basically just proved my point that you know how to stop things. And we're gonna talk about this a little bit later, but let's first go to this week's episode of The Incident.
Eric, put the knife down.
You have a really nice office, Principal Jarvis.
Thank you. You just give me just a moment. I know what you're doing.
What? What am I doing?
Marcus Anderson. You're Brock's best friend, right?
Well, yeah, I guess.
So, I guess I know what you're doing. You're the sidekick. And I gotta tell you, I could see why it seems like a smart move.
Look, sure, we hang out sometimes, but I don't have any moves.
Oh, sure you do. And I get it. Seriously, I do. I've been there.
You've been where?
I've been where you are. Wasn't always a school principal. I was just like you. I picked out the person who was most feared and I became their best friend, the sidekick. Well, actually, I was bullied at first and then I became the bully sidekick.
You were... I mean, what do you mean?
Well, when I was a kid, I actually did all right. I had friends and played some sports, and it was all good.
Uh-huh. That's great. But, Principal Jarvis, I've been meaning to ask you
But
about...
then it wasn't good. See, 5th grade. I fell in love with books and writing, and wasn't as active, and eventually things changed.
Look, I don't see what this has to do with me.
Well, just give me a minute. Okay, where was I at? Oh yeah. So, a few people decided that I was different, and that became a death sentence. School became this long torture session, and I was the target of every joke and every cruel comment. I didn't want to go. Every day I wished I was someone else, anyone else. Until one day, I decided to change my strategy.
What do you mean?
I did what you did. I became best friends with the bully. If you can't beat him, join him, right? So I joined them. Let's see. There was the awkward girl. God, what was her name? Heather. Heather, that's right. When her bully called her out and made her miserable, I was right there. I didn't actually do anything, but I did laugh and laughed. Heather wasn't laughing though. I do remember that. Let me tell you.
Enough. Please, don't tell me. Look, I get it.
Marcus, why don't you tell me what happened in the lunchroom today?
Brock was waiting for Eric outside of the cafeteria. He said he had his math homework. I guess Eric had gotten there early or something. Anyway, he was already in the lunchroom. When Brock saw him, he went up to him and asked for his homework. I could tell Eric was really nervous. He said he didn't have the homework. That's when Brock knocked the tray out of his hands. Next thing I know, Eric is waving a knife towards Brock. Brock wasn't scared. He just made fun of Eric like usual.
And where were you, Marcus?
I was there, laughing, with Brock. I'm always with Brock. I don't want to hurt anyone. I'm just doing what I gotta do, you know?
I do know.
And really, I mean, what's the big deal? It's just a plastic knife.
It's still a knife, Marcus.
So, what are you gonna do now? Expel me?
No. I am going to give you the chance to change. You can, you know.
Change? How?
I'm gonna give you the chance to take your power back.
I don't have any power.
Sure you do, Marcus. You have value and worth and a power that belongs to no one else but you. Of course, you've been giving yours to Brock. It's time you take your power back.
How do I take it back?
Look, I know it may seem scary at first. I even understand why you might want to be on Brock's side. I mean, he seems secure, powerful, but his power isn't even real. It's stolen from you.
From me?
When was the last time you had your own opinion, your own voice, Marcus? The minute you stand up to Brock, the minute you stand up for the people he torments, he loses his power, and you get to keep yours.
Well, this sounds great. And I can really see that you believe this, but...
I don't just believe it, Marcus, I know it. I've been there. I was just like you. And finally, I finally stood up. And I stopped and stood up to the bullies and stood with the people that got picked on. Got my voice back, and I started to think for myself. And I know you can do the same. I believe in you. You'll be better for it, Marcus. And Eric will be better for it. And believe it or not, eventually, Brock will be better for it.
I can. I'm going to do it. I mean, I'm going to try to do it.
That's good, Marcus. I'm glad to hear that. I think you're gonna be shocked at how you really have the power to make things different for a lot of people. Allison Manning, looks like it's your turn.
We just watched as Marcus told his side of the story. Now, he wasn't the main bully, but he definitely played a role in picking on Eric. First of all, he didn't do anything to stop it. And then secondly, he made matters worse by laughing at Eric when he was getting picked on. And I think that might be the case for a lot of us. Now, I hope for you today that you would be encouraged that when you see bullying, you would stand up and stop it. You already proved to me early on in the opener that you have the ability to stop things. You stop the cards, you stop the wheel. Hopefully, after today, you will be more mindful that when you see bullying happening, that you would actually stop it. Here's the thing. The Bible says that we are all made in the image of God. That means every single one of us, every single one of you, have worth and value in the eyes of God. And we have a responsibility and an obligation to help others feel like they have worth and value. So what can we do about all this? Well, look at what it says in the Bible. 2 Timothy 1:7. For the Spirit God gave us does not make us timid, but gives us power, love, and self-discipline. God gave us power. That means he gave you the courage to stand up for what's right. So how do we do the right thing? I want to give you guys 3 things that you can do when you see bullying happening. And if you do these 3 things, you just might be able to stop it. Number 1, if you see it, stop it. Now, this doesn't mean that you get right in the middle of the bullying that's happening and like get in the way and be like, all right, everybody knock it off, or like blow a whistle or like hold back the bully. That's not what I'm saying. But if you see bullying happening, you can say something from a distance, just say, hey guys, knock it off, or leave that person alone, or they don't deserve that. Say something to the bully. Number 2, if you see it, say something. And who I'm talking about specifically is to the person being bullied. That this is a great opportunity for you to go up to the person who's being bullied and say, I'm so sorry that they're treating you that way. You don't deserve that. You have worth and value, and you matter. If you see them getting bullied, go and say something to them. You can make them feel better when someone else is trying to make them feel bad. Number 3, tell the right person. Go and tell the right person. This is an adult, a teacher, a coach, a parent. Go and tell them what's happening, that somebody is getting picked on and bullied, and let them step in and stop it from happening. Now, some of you are probably saying, well, I don't want to be a tattletale. If that's you, I want to tell you this. That's just selfish. There's somebody else being hurt, and by telling the right person, you can stop it from happening. So if you see it, stop it. If you see it, say something and tell the right person. So remember, God has given you the courage and the power to do something, and you can be the one to stop it.